Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Deploy. In this video I am going to talk about basic Linux command and we will going to do some hands-on. So before starting it, I am going to tell you that in my previous video I have discussed some of the basic concepts of Linux and we have understood some of the basic terminologies and minor conceptual theoretical parts of the Linux. So you need to understand those parts. So if you haven't watched that video, then I'm going to provide you the link. Then click on that and go watch that video. Then continue with this video. Okay. So before starting with hands-on on Linux commands, we need to know something. Some of these symbols in our Ubuntu terminal. So basically, I'm going to compare this with my Windows. So you all know this is our desktop. Similar to the Windows desktop, I have some directories and folders here, and similar here you can see some of the application and folders and directories. So this is quite similar to Windows. Now what we want to know, we need to understand something like, if I go to terminal and just ignore what I'm typing right now. Just ignore these, you don't need to understand these right now. So you can see there is a difference between the symbols. First of all, in this is the slash mark. What it represents root. In my previous video I have told you that Linux run on a hierarchical system while computer Windows run on a directory system. So you can see here there are different partition systems. So you can see that there are different partitions in the Windows, but in Linux we have hierarchical system. What is hierarchical system? So you can see that this shows a path. Like if my computer opens, it will open my home. Then from home I will going to this PC, and from this PC I will going to another directory. For example, if I have new file, it's a name of a directory. So I can say that first of all I will going to home, then from there I will going to open this PC, and then I will going to new file. I can compare this with my Windows as well. If I open this is my home. So in Windows this is my home, okay, which we also call desktop, and from here home I open this PC, and then from here I open, like if I say music, I open music. So this is my music folder. So similar to this, I can say this a music, okay. So similar to this, so I discussed this thing from with you. It is a hierarchical system. So how it is hierarchical system? Because in hierarchical system we are going through a path. This is absolute path, this is our home, then we get into this PC, and this is a music. So similar to this, in Linux we also have desktop. Then we will going to somewhere in our file system. You can see that this is our file system, and now you can see that we have different paths here: home, stand, recent, download, music, pictures, video. These are similar to those. Now if I go to music, this is similar to this path. First of all I open my home, then I went to, now in Linux we don't have this PC. What we have files. This is a random folder you will get in every Linux operating system. So now home, then I went to files, and then I went to music. So now what we will going to do, now we will going to understand this in our terminal. So basically what this slash shows, this slash represent root location. What is root? Root is basically, you can understand that BIOS in Windows, it is similar to BIOS. You have BIOS in Windows, you have slash root in your Linux. So to represent root we have slash. So if I want to see, these are the files which are in root, and I cannot edit or delete anything from it. So if I delete anything or if I disturb any of these files, my system will not work, okay. So my system will get an error or anything will going to stop. So I can't edit to this. So it is similar to, you can, if I go to directory C, this is my Windows. If I delete this folder, my system will going to close. So you know what will going to happen. So this is how this is my root, and I cannot delete anything. But as you know that Linux is a free operating system, anyone can make changes to it, anyone can, so you can basically delete these files. You can make yourself, you can allow yourself to delete these files. You need to do some command line, some codings which will going to change some settings, and then you can delete these files or add it as per your conditions and demands. But right now I'm just trying to tell you that this slash represent root. Root means your BIOS, your internal software on which your operating system is working right now. So this slash. So now let's get back to our main topic. So now you understand that this slash shows. Now you need to understand that there are two types of slashes. Okay, first slash represent root. Okay, then if I open this, you can see that this slash, the first slash represent, wait a minute, see, this slash represent what this represent, this represent root. Okay, then from root my computer opens, then it shows home, which was my desktop, and then I went to file. Now this is another slash, this is not root, it is showing my path, that from home now I went to files, so it shows my path. Then from files there is another slash, it is not root, it shows my path, that from file now I went to music. So you need to understand that the slash which comes initially in the beginning, it shows root, that I started from my root. Okay, then I went to home, then this slash represent my path to file, then from music. Okay, then from files to music. Okay, so this is some of the concept you need to understand. So this is how I did. Now you can understand this, that what it shows, it tells us that from root we went to home. Okay, so this slash right now what it's showing root. Okay, so now let's get back. Okay, so now let's see more. We can see that it is symbol, semicolon, bar and dollar, what it represent. As I open this file, you have saw that if I went to home, so this is my home right now. Okay, I am showing you graphical interface, and this is my command line interface. Okay, you know the difference between the graphical interface and command line interface, I told you in my previous video. Okay, so now after these all concepts, now we need to understand these symbols. So in our terminal, when we will open terminal, we will find these three symbols, semicolon, bar and dollar. It shows your current location, and whenever you open the terminal, it will show you this location. So what is this location? These symbols show you the location of this folder right now. I am showing you this graphical interface and this command line interface. In graphical interface, you can see that in my home directory, these are desktop, document, downloads, hello, and all these are, this is file, and these all are directories. So basically when I write here my first command, I want to know the location of this folder. Okay, so the location of the home, what is the location of home folder, home directory. So how can I find my current location? I will type pwd. This is the first command I am telling you. You can note down this on your register or somewhere in your computer system. So the first code is pwd. So if I enter pwd, see, it shows the location. The way I told you before, this slash shows root, then this is home, then slash is not root, this slash is a path. From home we went to LAN. So this shows pwd, your current location, which is this folder. Okay, so if I type ls, now another code I am telling you is ls, and today's video is based on this command ls. Okay, so the first command we are learning right now is this is the one of the main command we use in our Linux system. So ls command, pwd command shows your current location, absolute path, and the pwd full form is present working directory. Okay, pwd, present working directory. And the another command is ls command. When we type pwd, it shows your directory location, home and Bilal, which was this folder. And after this, when I type ls, it shows the files and directories in that current location. Like in my home folder, home directory, you can see different directories and files and folders. Okay, so in graphical interface you can see these desktops and down documents, and in command line it will show you like this. Okay, so these are in command line and these are in graphical. You can see template here, you can see template here, you can see music here, you can see music here. So it is command line and it is graphical. So in command line I found these all directories and files by typing ls. Ls means listing. Okay, so now when we know about listing, we know what is listing. So I need to tell you some of the flags of listing, we can say switches of listing. So as I told you in my previous video that flags change your outcomes, your result. Okay, so slightly different. So now as we use ls here, what ls did, ls shows you the files in the directory, in current directory, in this form. You can see that this is graphical interface, but you can see that simple names, desktop, desktop. So you can see that these are simple names which they shows like this. Okay, there is no mention any size or any type or anything else. Okay, so if we want to know what is the type of this file and what is the type of this file, okay, what is the size of this folder, so how can we do that? We know that we also use this in Windows also. If I open this PC and I go to let's go to music. Okay, sorry, downloads, let's go downloads. Okay, if I choose the view option, large icon, small icons, tiles, choose this content or details. So this is best. You can see when I choose details, it shows the size, what is the type, and what is its date modification, and what is its name. So similar to this in Linux, if I change this, sorry, see, now if I change this, what it shows the modification date, it shows the size, what its name. Okay, so if I compare this to terminal, now I will say ls, it will be similar to like this, but now what I want to know, what I want to change my outcome. Okay, so I will use a flag. Flag always use with minus sign. Okay, remember this, whenever we use flag we will use minus sign. Okay, flag and switches are same, just the difference of the name. Okay, flag and switches are same, so I can say flag, I can say switch. So we will use minus. Okay, minus is mandatory. With minus, what I will do, I will write L. L means long, ls means listing, L means long. So if I read this, I can say long listing. Okay, so you can see the long listing here, it is long listing. If I change this, it was only listing, it was only showing the names. Okay, but when I did this, it shows long listing, the size, modification, everything, details. Okay, so if I say ls minus l and I type this, see, it shows long listing. It is quite similar to this, but you know it's graphical, so it's somehow pretty. Just ignore this right now, I will tell you what is this in later lectures, but right now we should know that what is this. Okay, so you can see that right now we have what we have learned, ls minus l. This is the another command of ls. Okay, so after understanding ls minus l command, we need to know about ls minus a. It is another flag. Now before understanding ls minus a, we need to know something about hidden and visible files. If I go to Windows and download files, let's go there, you can see that here are some files, and in Windows if I go to view option, there is an option of hidden items. Okay, so if I check this box, if there will be any hidden file which we cannot see in a simple standard form, so if I check this box, it will be visible here, and if I uncheck this box, the hidden items will vanish. So similar to this in Linux as well, there are hidden files. So first of all I am going to say ls. Okay, Now you can see there are different directories and there is a file as well, you can see here. Okay, but do you know that there is another directory as well which is not available, which is not visible here? It is there but it is not visible. So how can I make it visible? I will type ls minus a. ls minus a will shows all the hidden and visible files. So if I say ls minus a, see, it showed all the files. See, these are all the hidden files. These were all the hidden files. Okay, you can see that videos was there, it was visible before. Snap was there, it was visible. But these files, these all files were actually hidden and you cannot see in simple ls command. To see these hidden files you need this flag ls minus a. A minus a represent all listing. Okay, so after understanding ls minus a, there is another flag which is ls minus capital R. So what is capital R? R is used for recursive listing. Okay, I am telling you the full format of these commands so that you can remember this and memorize this, because it is very difficult to understand this command. But if you know the full form, like R means recursive, A means all, ls means listing, so it will definitely make you help to understand these commands. So ls minus r, minus r means recursive. And what ls minus r do? Ls minus r shows the directories and as well as the files present in those directories. Okay, it shows the directories and the directories within the directories. So that means it is recursive files. Look, it shows, like if you go up, so you can see that here is another directory, download. It shows the path, and in this directory you can see there is further files, svg files. Okay, then you can see here another directory and there is another file. Okay, then you can see this is directory, then there is within directory there is another files and it shows path, different path. Then in snap there is another file for Firefox. Sorry, these are directories for Firefox, Snap Desktop and Snap Store. So what it shows that snap, wait a minute, let me clear this. So ls minus r, the recursive listing, it shows the recursive listing. Okay, so it is very beneficial and it is widely used in Linux management and administration. So after ls minus r, we will see another second last ls command, which is lscpo, and this is not a flag, it is a command lscpo, and it will show the details of our cpu and architecture. If I type lscpo, see, it explains all the architecture and about our processor and our cpu. So lscpo shows all the details. If you want to see the details of any computer or system or anything, so you can see here Intel Core i7 5th edition 2.60 GHz Union Intel, you can see everything here. So it is very useful command, another useful command, and you need to note down this as well. So now after ls command, now we will going ls cpu command, now we will going to see this ls blk command. This is also not a flag, this is a command lsblk, and it will shows the list of our block directories. Okay, what is a block directory? Like we have block devices. Devices means like we have ssd, hard disk, optical devices. So similar to this in Linux we have these sd1, sd2, sd3, and from these three directories, three devices, we make these directories. These are the directories formed in my Linux system, and these are some details of it. We will going to discuss this in upcoming videos, but right now we need to just understand this command that lsblk shows the list of the block devices. Okay, we can say block devices or directories. So these are some of the ls commands which are very useful commands, and these are the basic commands which we use in our Linux scripting, and it is very important to know and memorize these commands as well. So these are the commands which we have learned today, basic commands. Let me show you the summary for today's video. So pwd ls ls minus l ls minus a ls minus r ls cpu and ls blk, these are the basic commands today related to listing, and we have hands-on practice on terminal. Now you guys can get these commands from description below, and make sure you like this video and continue with my playlist. I would like you to please comment down below if you have any query or you want to ask me any question or something like that, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can get more videos just like these commands hands-on. So we'll meet you in the next video. Until then, take care.